What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. The NBA Tip-Off Show with my guys, Sharks and Sports, and ChrisBeCappin as well, man. Got to go follow my guys on Twitter. We always trying to get some cash, free picks for the people every single day. Sharks channel's blowing up. ChrisBeCappin, Sharks, his channel's glowing as well, man. What's up with you, Shark? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Blowing up. It's going down. It's Free Friday, Happy Hour Hoops. April 1st, April Fool's Day. No fools in here. ChrisBeCappin, what's going on today, brother?
What's going on? What's going on, fellas? First of all, just shout out to Jay, man. Always humbled and appreciate the opportunity to come get to chop it up with the legends. Jay know what it is. Straight to business. We trying to get some money. Ain't too much to talk about. Let's go.
It's not much, man. We got games to break down, right? It's all business here. First game up, man. Let's go over here to the streets of Washington, D.C. We got the Wizards here getting versus at the house versus the Mavs, man. The Mavs been shooting up in the standings here. This is a big game for guys like Luka and Porzingis and Dinwiddie as well, guys. I know all three of those are going to have chips on their shoulders. With Porzingis, he's going to want to show the Mavs, hey, look, I got a new team over here now. We're trying to ball out with the Mavs. They're not taking any prisoners right now. They're coming to smack everybody. And I know Dinwiddie's telling his team, let's go out here and smash these guys, man. So I didn't make a play in this game, but I do like Dinwiddie's points. It should be out by now. I like Dinwiddie to go off in this one, even coming off the bench. He's going to make an concerted effort to go for 20-25 versus his old team in this one. But as far as the side, Shark, you liking some of this game? How are we looking at it?
Taking a breath. There's a lot going on here. This is a really tough game to cap. You have numerous angles to both sides. I think zooming out, one thing that's really interesting, we talked about this numerous times. Dallas started this season way back in October, of course, really lackluster at the East. Since then, most recently, they have clustered a lot of road games at the East. They've been much more impressive. Outright wins at Boston, outright win at Cleveland, outright win at Miami, and one other one. And you look at the Wizards. The Wizards were absolutely horrendous at home against the West. Now they seem to have turned a corner. Of course, a huge win against the Golden State Warriors where they shot the lights out of the gym, 123-115, and a Lakers win prior to that. You do get a Dallas revenge game. Washington did win the game 120-114 earlier on with different roster groups. This is a Dallas number, -6.5 at home, -8 road, but it's a sandwich spot. They got Milwaukee at a matinee on Sunday. Huge win prior. As you said, Porzingis revenge game. Tough to cap. ChrisBeCappin, can you cap it for us?
Shark, I like that, bro. I like that a lot, man. And you took a lot of my points, Shark. I was gonna say some of the stuff that Jay said. I know Jay a big Mavericks guy. The only thing that really talks me off in this one is the sandwich spot that you mentioned, Shark. You know, having Milwaukee on deck on Sunday being a potential look ahead spot. I do think though that, you know, kind of what Jay was saying. I think that they want this game a little bit more, and I think they're gonna do it for Dinwiddie. I honestly do. Shout out to Jay. He talked about it last night. Super early this morning in Virginia when the tweet came out. Jay tweeted, Spencer Dinwiddie take his player point props in this one. It's sitting at 12.5. He absolutely gonna crush that number. I just checked it when Jay said that. He's gonna crush that 12.5 tonight. Going back to DC, what they were saying to him in the locker room. Oh yeah,
exactly.
You could book that one. So yeah, I was trying to get there on the Mavs as well. And I think I will put a half unit. I think that they come out here and they can win this game by 10, 15 points, honestly. I don't think that they let up, kind of like what Jay was saying. Also, the Mavs are 15-4 straight up, 16-3 ATS and revenge and losses so far this year. I like the Mavs to get some revenge today.
Yeah, we take them revenge games serious, man. And it's a Spencer Dinwiddie revenge spot. Over 12.5, it's a little bit disrespectful. I know he's not a starter, but he'll likely get starter minutes in this one, go for 30, 35 minutes. They'll make a point to put the ball in Dinwiddie's hands. And he's going to come and show up here. He's going for 15 in his sleep in this one, man. He's going for 15 points on accident. I'm taking that Dinwiddie over 12.5 points. I love it. They're coming to play today. As far as the Mavs covering the spread, I didn't take it, but I do know that Luka and Dinwiddie go come come to play here. Porzingis come to play as well, but he could also be leaving this game in the first half, possibly. Porzingis may not make this whole game, my guys, but yeah, we're gonna be on his ass. No, Dorian Finney-Smith gonna be all on Porzingis' ass tonight, man, because he was super jealous of Luka over there. Like, man, get your jealous ass on up out of here. Then they going off on these boys. Let's go up here to the streets of Orlando. We got the Magic here getting 11.5 points versus the Raptors here. Raptors do have a huge look ahead. They got the Heat on deck on Sunday, but they got to take care of business tonight, right? The Magic, not a whole lot to play for. Like the Wizards, obviously they're out of the play. They won't be in the playoffs here, Shark. You got the hat on. What you liking here?
I do, and I don't think this is necessarily as much of a look-ahead spot as people might think. This is a revenge game for the Raptors. They did get insulted at home, 103-97, in what was actually a write-in game. They weren't supposed to play. It was a 3rd and 4 back-to-back final leg off a prior postponement. They had no interest in that game. They completely laid down. Take it back to even earlier this year, back in October, 110-109 Raptors at home on a -9.5. 0-2 ATS, both at home this year against Orlando. Official play, first quarter, -3.5, 1 unit. What we're really looking at here is Orlando coming home game 1 off a trip or a one-off road game. They're 0-5 ATS first quarter, last 5. It is their sustainable fade spot trend. And you really look at what's going on here. They're coming off of a nice first quarter in the prior game at Washington. I think Toronto comes out here more so on Orlando not bringing it early and cleans them up by 5-10 plus tonight here in the first quarter. 1 unit official. Chris, talk to him.
Yeah, Shark, I like that angle a lot. I was actually looking at first half in this game. I see it all the way up to 7.5 now. I'm probably not going to play it, but I do like the revenge angle for the Raptors in this one as well, Shark. You mentioned, in that game, they were without Fred VanVleet didn't play in that game. OG Anunoby didn't play in that game. But then you get the icing on the cake today. I don't know exactly what the stats are, but I because I watch a lot of basketball, some of it just happened to be Orlando Magic basketball. They're a completely different team without Wendell Carter Jr. He's already ruled out. He's the guy that kind of does everything for that team. I think Toronto absolutely comes in there and they could blow the doors off Orlando today if they take their game serious.
Yeah, could be a trifecta smack city spot by the Raptors here. Would not talk anyone off that one. They could get a huge lead and coast this game out, man. The Magic, they don't have much to play for, not a ton of motivation. But they probably can't wait they're probably making vacation plans already. Can't wait for the season to be over, my guys. So that's how I see that game going. Let's go over here to the streets of Boston. Talk about another team that's probably making vacation plans, man. The Pacers. They are coming off a game where they actually showed that they actually came to play. They were getting smacked. I'm talking about by the Nuggets 40-19. Then they came all the way back to take a 1-point lead in the fourth quarter now when before the Nuggets end up winning by, I believe, 7-8 points. Now they're getting 15 versus the Celtics, guys. We know that Pacers don't play a ton of defense. The Celtics guys should get whatever they want inside the paint here. Not a single center or power forward for that matter on this Pacers squad here, Shark. You like some in this one?
This is a tough spot, and I think just a large-scale point on the NBA market right now. I think we're seeing an over-adjustment in the last 8 to 10 games here, which usually I talk about line functionality mattering. I adjust within my own strategy, and I've learned this as I've gone along myself, losing sometimes and, of course, winning on a very regular basis within this. But when you start to see teams like New Orleans not cover -14 at Portland, you start to see Utah not cover 14.5 against the Lakers, and then you see lines like -15 Boston, -15 San Antonio, these hugely bloated numbers. I think there might be a bit of a buyback on the underdogs here in the last week of the year. And what you're looking at here, of course, is really a good spot theoretically for Boston. They are in a revenge game, 128-107 loss prior on a 3rd and 4 back-to-back on the road there. But I've said this before, Boston was super hot against the West. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to really get there by 15, 16, 17 tonight. I would lean here early more so than anything. You have seen Indiana backdoor Atlanta on the road and lose by 3 points after going down huge early. Early look, Boston, best look. I'm just not comfortable with this game right now. Chris?
Yeah, Shark. I got bit the other day. I'm glad you mentioned that. I got bit the other day taking a team total for the New Orleans Pelicans in a similar situation against the Portland Trailblazers. So I'm there with you. It was on a team total, but I'm running that team total today. I just feel like I I think so within the Twitter spaces that I'm holding, one thing we've been attacking and trying to make money against is trying to figure out what market can we attack in order, to be profitable against these really, really poor defenses. So might not like the spread, but that defense is atrocious. They're typically giving up about 70 points per first half, especially with these injuries. Brogdon being their best perimeter defender. I put a ticket in on Boston Celtics first quarter over 31.5 points. I think they probably in the first quarter with about 36, 37. I also put another ticket in, just both half unit plays, Boston first half over 62.5 points. Like I said, that defense is atrocious over there. And they're still playing with pace. They still like to get out and run, which works in Boston's favor. Boston's offense has been really, really good first half, which is a lot different than how they started off the season. So yeah, for me, Boston first quarter over 31.5 points team total, and then for me, Boston first half over 62.5 points first half.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good point. I like the way you broke that down there, Chris. Especially because it doesn't matter about the spread. The Celtics could even be down one at the end. It didn't matter. You taking the team total for the first quarter and first half, basically a strict fade of the Pacers defense. Like you said, no, they're not even trying to play. I'm watching this team. They're not even trying to play defense. They don't even care. It's like, oh, I don't even want to get injured. They're trying to impress the coaches, but it's all offense. So that's a good point there. And maybe the Celtics probably fizzle out in the second half. Don't really care, but definitely should come out and try to get this game over with. That's some sharp looks there from you, there, Chris. And if you have any props that you're looking at as well, don't you can definitely throw them out, my brother. Sharp looks on that game. Let's go over here to the streets of Milwaukee, my guys. This has turned into a G League game as well, guys. Absolutely nothing for this. Everyone's out, sitting out in this game. So if you want to cap the B teams here, that's what it is. You got the Bucks laying 3.5 here, Shark. You like something here? Total dropped all the way down to 217 as well.
No, and this is really not about handicapping the game. This is where the NBA needs to fix this. If you're going to have teams sit all their players, this might as well be postponed. It shouldn't be on the calendar. And, of course, the reasoning behind that is because that at some point in time, Greg Popovich, LeBron James, and a couple of the big hats in the NBA decided we're not going to play back-to-backs and third and fourths. So basically, fuck off to the league office. We're not playing.
And the fans.
It's a problem. It's a huge problem. Cancel the games, reschedule how it goes, or just play, period. And, of course, I think, Jay, you shared a Floyd Mayweather quote where Floyd Mayweather called them out and said, guys, you're getting paid $200,000 a game. You can't strap out for 30 minutes of a casual run. And I've said this for years, Jay, with our show. Of course, Chris, welcome to the show. You're a fucking legend yourself. But I've said this. I'm 37 years old. I run 6 days a week hard. These guys are 29 years old in their prime. They can't coast 30 minutes. Get me something else, man. It pisses me off. This game is a waste of time. Of course, if you wanted to take the Clippers originally. Milwaukee on a road home back-to-back off 2 huge wins against East contenders. Clippers travel well at the East. I still would lean Clippers if I had to, but Chris, this is a disaster.
That's exactly what it is. No words from me at all for it. I'm not trying to even cap it with so many people being out. I'm done, Jay. You can move on, my brother.
My whole thing is the fans, man. And that's my whole thing. Is the reason why we do the 90s basketball song, because that's when NBA was real. They cared about the fans. They weren't getting paid $20-30 million a year. They were happy to be in the NBA. They're playing every single game, man. This is absolutely unprofessional. It's bad for the brand of NBA, is if you ask me. And they just saying that they don't care about the fans. It's simple. What if you were going to this game, wanting to see Paul George or think about the people that's going to go see Giannis, Middleton. Everyone's sitting out. It's absolutely unprofessional. And like I say, it's just a slap in the face to the fans, guys. So pay attention, my guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Memphis here. We got the Grizzlies here. Obviously, this is a game that both of these teams are basically submitted into their spot as well. So we see everyone hop up on the injury report yesterday. Tyus Jones, Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane, and Steven Adams saying game time, but they're basically doubtful. They're basically sitting the guys out. That's why the line shot up so high for the Suns. Shark, the Suns are getting Cam Johnson back today as well. As of now, it looks like they're playing everyone. Do you think this is a smash spot for the Suns, or can the Grizzlies continue to keep it close no matter who's out there?
You know, obviously, we always seem to balance the ticket. We go from the most unprofessional shit to the most professional shit you can find in the sport, which is Chris Paul and the Suns turning up even when they have the conference and home court completely locked up.
Exactly.
And you go to the other side of this, you got Memphis without Ja Morant covering every single game, bringing A-list competitive basketball. So this is going to be a great watch, national game, NBA TV. Neither team really has anything to play for other than just competitive pride. And it's going to be a snapshot to competitive pride. Who wants it more? Phoenix revenge game. Memphis did get there 114, 113 prior. Absolute blowout, 119-94 Phoenix in Memphis on a short number. I don't think the number's telling you a story here. I think crack a beer, maybe sprinkle something on the underdog. I think Memphis might get there. Both teams on extremely long winning streaks too, dub 9 and dub 6. Tough to cap. Chris, can we cap it? Talk to me.
No, we cannot. No, we cannot. The first thing is the injury news, like you talked about. Like if those guys aren't going to play for Memphis, then let's go ahead and say they're not going to play. Like why are they doubtful versus just go ahead and ruling them out? So then we get a complete different cap if those guys actually do end up being in. So yeah, nothing for me at all in this one, Jay. Which is unfortunate, man. I love to see these teams that at full strength kind of go at each other, but it doesn't really make sense at this point in the season. Memphis has been extremely professional as well, as far as not sitting there guys. And then, as you mentioned, Shark, like Chris Paul and Monty Williams and those boys over there in Phoenix, they've been playing with a chip on their shoulder ever since they lost last year in the finals. And they're coming for everybody. I know they didn't cover the other day against Golden State, but they're coming for everybody. They're playing to win every single game. I was reading I actually watched the press conference the other day with DeAndre Ayton, and he was saying, like everybody, everybody's kind of, chilling and, just kind of going downward. He said, no, we're hitting our stride. Like we don't want to lose. We never want to lose. We're going to keep playing really, really hard. So, that makes me look towards Phoenix in this one. But like I said, I can't cap this game if I don't know for sure that these guys aren't playing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't think they're playing. And if you like the Suns, you probably want to take them now, even with those guys doubtful. Just the way that the NBA is these days, the line already moved with them being doubtful. Then when they're actually ruled out, then it'll probably shoot up to Suns -10 or some guys. So if you do like them, as we know right now, the Suns don't look like they're resting anyone. It's starting to come to that time to where they'd have to at least put guys on the injury report if they're going to rest them. So right now, it looks like the Suns will play everybody. I'd lean that way, especially with revenge. And they're trying to smash everybody. They're really trying to send a message to the NBA that they're not fucking around and they're coming to win this championship this year. So the Suns are bet on, Grizzlies are bet on as well. But without their top 4 or 5 players, it's not just without Morant now, without Adams. And we know that Bane is probably the most improved player this year. Jaren Jackson Jr., their second best player. Adams clogging up the paint, getting a ton of offensive rebounds. Without their guys out there, they'll probably get smashed in this one, guys, as long as the Suns take this game serious. Let's go up here to the streets of San Antonio here, man. Blazers money line? What are we doing here? Is it April Fool's Day or what, man? The Blazers, the G League squad, man. DeJounte Murray should get whatever he won in this one for prop guys. The Spurs have everything to play for. I'm not laying the 15 with them, but I would. DeJounte Murray is an absolute matchup nightmare, guys. I'm talking about a 6'7" point guard, long arms. Man, this guy starting to get hot from 3 now. I'd be looking at some DeJounte Murray props in this one, my guys. And Drew Ebanks as well. He plays for the Blazers. He's facing his old squad. The Spurs disrespecting him. Ebanks is likely – he's going to try his best to go for 20 points in this one. I believe his points probably somewhere around 13 or 14. Look at Drew Ebanks in this one. You want to take some when players are facing their old teams, especially when they didn't let them play as well. So Drew Ebanks props over there for the Blazers side. Shark, how we taking Blazers money line? What are we doing here?
Maybe it is April Fool's. You said it, but no. But we look at this. I mean, I mentioned this a couple of minutes ago, but when you're starting to see these lines get very well adjusted, I mean, this is a huge, huge number. When you see a team like the Spurs, who are 14 games under 500, laying 15 points. I mean, this is historical stuff. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I got to shout to Elias Sports Bureau for that shit. But truthfully, I don't know if there's ever been a team in NBA basketball history that's 14 under 500 laying 15 points. That's an absurd figure. And we would normally say that's strong. But if you look at what Portland did in the front end of a back-to-back sequence against Minnesota, they did bring an effort. They brought a good first half. Minnesota did backdoor them and cover by a hook. But again, that speaks to how sharp this was. And then in the second one at Minnesota, they got hammered by 35 plus. If I had to suspect, I think this could be tight. Spurs did just play a really competitive game against Memphis and lose at the buzzer on a missed layup. I think Portland keeps this tight on the number at 15. And then I think the next game is probably the Spurs spot to clean them up, where Portland's just hanging out in San Antonio for a couple nights waiting to get blown out. Chris, are you doing this?
Nah, it's so funny you said that, Shark. I really hate capping these games where it's the second night of a back-to-back afterwards. The same 2 teams playing each other, whether it's in the same arena or, whatever the case might be. But yeah, to what Jay was saying, DeJounte Murray props. I think he just set his career high, 33 points. Then tied his career high in the following game as well. Don't look now, but the Spurs really trying to get their playing game and get the Lakers up out of here and let it be them and the Pelicans. So, they got a lot to play for. This was a game that I was definitely looking for points as well, first half, first quarter. But they got the number set a little too high for me. I think it's something like 62.5. You need them to get to 63. Trailblazers are giving up about 63, first half over the last 5-10 games. So yeah, no look at all for me in this one, Jay. But that's where I want it to be. I'm just not gonna force it though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do think that Drew Eubanks prop, I do think he'll have something to say. And obviously the Blazers don't have a ton of guys right now. So he may play 40 minutes in this game. He's going to have revenge on his mind all night, especially in San Antonio. Watch Drew Eubanks go for 10 points tonight. I mean, go for 20 points in his sleep tonight. DeJounte Murray could be possible blowout for the Spurs side. So that's why I'm staying away from props in that one. But I do think that Drew Eubanks is a solid look. And if they keep it close, Shark, they're definitely going to need him. He's one of the best players out there. If they're about to win the game, then they'll probably take him out. But they don't have a shot to win, but they could keep it within 10 points here, Shark. And that's a great point by you as well. We're seeing the books know this. They know that the Blazers are trash as hell and not trying to win games. So what do? They try to make the spread where it's damn near unplayable to fade them. So that's exactly what Shark was speaking to. This line should be closer to 10. Now they're gonna add 5 on it because they know that people are looking at this game like they don't want to bet the Blazers. So they might be getting 20 points before the game. Before I believe they got 19 or 18 early this year versus the Jazz. So we'll see a plus 20 spread for the Blazers. What the fuck are we doing here, man? Let's go to the next game, man. Let's go right to the dispensary real quick. Going to the Nuggets, laying 3 at the house, Shark. I know you looked at this, bro. They're 0-6 against the spread last 6 games, coming back to the house off of a road. It doesn't matter if it's just one road game. This Nuggets team does not like coming from road home, if you ask me. 1-6 against the spread, last 7 as well, Shark, at the house. The Nuggets, they've been cashing on the road. They come at the house. They've been playing terrible. I know Jokic going for MVP. The Wolves, historically, really good in Denver. 22-6 against the spread, last 28 meetings. So the altitude does not mess with them. The Wolves don't like playing against tough teams, that sticky defense, right, versus the Raptors. They were up 17, lost by 23. The Nuggets are not that. They're an offensive team. I see the Wolves can hang with these boys. They're 8-2 against the spread, last 10, coming off double-digit loss. Also 5-1 ATS, last 6 road games. Sharp, what we like?
I like that, and I like a suddenly not so casual free Friday, April 1st, 2022. The buy hat is engaged. +4 overnight, +3 now, 1 unit play. A lot going on here. Jay said it. I'll continue with some other points. Prior to this year, the Minnesota Timberwolves had lost 12 consecutive basketball games to the Nuggets. Mm-hmm. So when you see the Wolves win 2 in a row, they're now 2-12 last 14. Anybody who knows anything about the law of averages, that should continue in the same direction here. And you look at what's been going on. They did lose the first one this year at home at a -1.5, 93-91 Nuggets. That was the turning point. They almost got there. They lost at home as a favorite. They said enough is enough. They came on the road and hammered them 124-107. Then they came home and reversed the trend where they had lost a bunch in a row at home to Denver and hammered them again 130-115. And as Jay said, you find an environment where Denver travels horrifically. Coming off road trips, coming off Eastern trips, home game 1, 0-6 last 6 ATS, dub 3 coming in. Minnesota just got insulted twice at the East, blown out at Austin, blown out at Toronto, all 4 quarters, all boxes checked tonight. Minnesota Timberwolves +4, +3, 1 unit. Chris, continue on this, please.
Let's get it. I was on it too. I actually sent it to Jay this morning. Was on it last night. Soon as it opened up and I started capping the games, I took the +4. Like you said, Shark, now it's down to +3. So you guys mentioned a whole bunch of notes, but let me just add what I had. So I had Denver being 6-9 straight up in the division, while Minnesota's 11-4. The Timberwolves are also 10-4 ATS in the division, which is the best covering percentage in the league. Denver's 5-10, which is the 3rd worst covering in conference games. Minnesota is 5th best, 29-19-1 ATS. That's a 60% cover rate. You got Denver that's only 19-28 ATS, which is the 4th worst, right? So you also get shout out to Ronald Cobain. We was talking about this earlier as well. Timberwolves are 11-4 ATS following a double-digit previous matchup win, right? So it's every single box check. Also, those are the numbers and trends. I watched some of those post game conferences with Karl Anthony Towns and with Chris Finch, and they sound like they were a little frustrated. I don't think that they want to keep losing these games. And if you've been following the post game interviews with these teams, I don't know what the Timberwolves are capable of, but I think the Timberwolves think that they're capable of winning the championship. So I think their expectations are set high. I think they bring it all together. Anthony Edwards is starting to look good. He hit about 4 or 5 threes last games. He's getting back into form. They're a healthy team besides Malik Beasley, who won't be there today. All boxes check. +4. Give me the Timberwolves. I'm raised by the Wolves tonight with Jay.
Hey, how are we howling with the Wolves? And people in the chat are asking, what do we think about the 2.5? Guys, if we're taking +4, +3, we think this is a winnable game by the Wolves. Obviously, could come down to it. I always like taking the points. I took the 3. I just hopped on the money line as well, +125. The way I see this game going is the Wolves winning this game. They can hang with the Nuggets, guys. They don't like sticky type of defenses, teams like the Heat, that they can beat them up, doing a lot of hand checking. This Nuggets team they're not bad defensively, but they try to beat teams with their offense, guys. The Nuggets, the Timberwolves have a couple guys that can guard Jokic pretty well as well. Jared Vanderbilt, Naz Reid off the bench. Those are a couple really good matchups for Jokic. You're not going to shut him down. You can only contain him, but I do think they will do a damn good job. And even Karl Anthony Towns may not do too bad of a job on Jokic as well. So there's 3 good guys that they can throw on them. I like the defense off the bench as well. This is the Timberwolves are a much deeper team, playing a little bit of a softer team as well. So I hopped on the money line as well, +25. Even at +2.5. I think they win this game, guys. So that's how I'm looking at it. Give me the Wolves here, the money line, +125. Let's get some cash, my guys. Last game up, man. Let's go over here to the streets of LA, man. Oh boy, we got the Lakers here getting 1 point. Maybe they have the refs helping them out. No, LeBron and AD are back for this game. It's a huge game for the Lakers, guys. They should have to put everything out there on the line. The Pelicans are still the better squad here, better defensive squad as well. They're playing. The coach is a lot better, right? This Lakers, man, why would you do everything to make the play-in tournament, Shark, when you're probably even going to lose that? If the Lakers knew what they knew, just go ahead and get this season over with. Look towards next year, man. Make your vacation plans. And, Shark, they have the rest disadvantage as well. Pelicans already a much better coached and defensive squad and better offensively as well. And they have the rest advantage. So, yeah, everyone's playing for the Lakers. It's still Pelicans or nothing for me, Shark.
Yeah, I mean, this is really where we could sit here and talk about this game for 45 minutes. For me, this is incredibly difficult stuff because New Orleans is, as Jay said, unequivocally the better roster group. They are younger. They're better balanced. I think they have better motivation just in general within the season. However, you look at the Lakers' home games with LeBron playing, they have been right on the number. I bring you back to a game we covered where we had -4.5 Dallas. Dallas came in there and hammered them in the first quarter and gave it all back in the third and then pushed back and covered by a hook. This game, and I talk about this all the time, take the name off the jerseys, take the players off the court. When you see 2 teams with basically the same record on a pick'em line, books are telling you this game is going to be a 1-possession game. And you're getting a double revenge game. You're getting New Orleans traveling into an arena where they just blew them out about a month ago, which we had correctly on a Sunday night, 123-95. It's all coming together for a coin flip effort NBA TV special, 10:30 p.m. on a Friday. I have nothing here. This is incredibly difficult stuff. Chris?
Guys, real quick, is Scott Foster really reffing this game? That's the part that I forgot last night. I said, you see Scott Foster in this game, bro. Y'all think that some shit don't be some preordained decisions. If Scott Foster is in this game, don't be surprised the Lakers win, Chris. I'm trying to look it up right now on my site. I'm looking at the rest.
I'm looking right now, Jay. I see Carl Lane, Eric Lewis, and Evan Scott.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I see some people in the chat saying it. I had to look. I don't care about the refs anymore, but when Scott Foster's in the game, you better look. You better pay attention. But go ahead. So I didn't mean to cut you guys off. But if Foster's in this shit,
yeah. It could get crazy, Jay. It could get real crazy. What Shark always said, suddenly not so casual Friday, right? It could be a real crazy game tonight. But yeah, like Shark said, extremely difficult game to cap. I do think that I agree with everything you said, Jay. You know, rest disadvantage for the Lakers. They're the older team. Exactly. You know, you're hobbling into this game, right? Like We don't know if LeBron, is ready to play or not. I don't even think we know if AD is ready to play or not. So extremely difficult cap for me also. I do think that the Lakers lay it all on the line, because if you look at the upcoming schedule and they really want to get to the play-in game, they got to win this game. You got to win against the team that you could potentially play in, in the play against in the play-in. So I like that spot for the Lakers, but I can't bet the Lakers, Jay. Shout out to Ski. Shout out to your guy Ski Profit, because I'm a diehard Laker fan too. I don't put any money on the Lakers. That's something that I do not do. But and we don't know what version of AD we're gonna get either.
Exactly.
You also get the revenge game for Brandon Ingram. He came in and played well last game. He got that game underneath his belt where he's played a couple games. So I don't think getting him in is gonna throw off the continuity or the rhythm at all against them. And we don't know what it is with with Anthony Davis. We don't know if he's gonna play a quarter or how efficient or effective he's gonna be. I do think that the Lakers throw everything that they have at this game tonight, given the upcoming schedule that they have, because it gets more difficult than the Pelicans.
Yeah, nah, you're definitely right with it. Like this Pelicans team could really smother them defensively, man. You worry about their offense sometimes can really go through lapses, guys, but the Pelicans beat them twice already for a reason, man. They want to smash this. People are out for the Lakers, man. They were supposed to be championship favorites. You look at the season. This team is on national TV every single game, man. I'm sorry. They flexed games before. Why do they keep putting the Lakers trash ass on? This team is old. They're on a back-to-back, coming from Utah as well, even if they get their two best players. Chris, you nailed it. AD hadn't played in forever. Is he going to come back and be like Paul George and drop 34? Is he going to lead the game at halftime? LeBron's ankle was very swollen, man. He's going to be heavily taped. These guys are not 100%. They know that they're not good. Shout out to Shark as well. He noticed it early in the season. This team knows that they're not good, man. At this, like, what are we doing, man? They're championship favorite, and they're playing everything to get the 10th seed, where you're going to have to win 2 games to get into the playoffs. The championship favorites? Come on, man. Stop that. It's Pelicans or nothing for me here. I'm not betting the Lakers. This team is not a bet on. And even with this line, they know that the public is going to hop on the Lakers here as well. So even with the line saying it's giving them a chance to win, I don't know, man. Like I say, they would need help from the refs in this one, in my opinion. That's the only way. Couple quick fouls on Ingram. Valanciunas obviously could change the whole game, but Pelicans are nothing for me in this game. Probably stand off this one, man. Too many moving parts. Definitely toss up type of game, man. $10 off shirts, man. If you like a shirt, you can get $10 off today, man. I appreciate everybody that hit me up. My guy Chris got one, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Everybody's hitting me up. Probably got 50 messages today. I'm gonna get back to the rest of you guys. Like the 25 people that ordered some shirts already, man, today. So I appreciate y'all getting that discount today. Just trying to help out some people as well. Hit me up, NbaTalkWithJay at Gmail, or you can DM me on Twitter, my brothers. Let's get to some free picks today. Shark, what you liking today on today's card?
2 plays, 9 words of lifestyle. Ride whoever got out of the water. Ball Arena Road Locker Room. Timberwolves plus 4-3 now. One final point on that I failed to mention. This is an integral game in the playoff race in the West. The Timberwolves currently are sitting in the 7th position. Denver's in the 6th. Teams do not want to play in the play-in game. They're 3 games back. They can close that gap by 2. One team loses, one team wins head-to-head. 3 goes to 1, and Minnesota plays 3 bottom feeders next. Minnesota needs this game. This is a Game 7 type of game for Minnesota tonight. And Raptors first quarter on the road, Amway Center, minus 3.5. 1 unit there. ChrisBeCappin, officials, please. Jay Marty, a pleasure. Have a beautiful Friday night to everybody in the chat. You guys make this show possible. You're powerful. You're amazing. We respect you, and we love you. And let's dominate.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Shark. So, yeah, official for me. I'm on Boston first quarter, team total over 31.5. That's a half unit play. Boston first half over 62.5. That's another half unit play. I like I told you guys, I got on Minnesota last night. Plus the 4. I might go ahead with Jay and dabble on that money line as well. Just put a little, little something, a little sprinkle on it. Yeah, little sprinkle on that money line, man. I like that money line a lot. And then couple other points I want to make. Jay called it, and I think I'm gonna also put a half unit. The player prop market has been so volatile lately. But I am going to sprinkle on Spencer Dinwiddie. I was reading those reports. I remember him being in Washington. 12.5 just seemed a little bit too low for me, and I think the guy's going to rally around him, and they could definitely get there as well. Really, really strong lean towards Dallas to cover that 8.5 as well. I think they could win that game by 10 to 12 points tonight.
Got you, man. Yeah, I think I don't bet a ton of props, but Dinwiddie's in my pocket, and Drew Ebanks as well. A couple revenge spots. They go into those arenas as well. They want to show out, man. So they're good bets, man. That's the only thing we can do is place good bets and live with the results. You see what I'm saying? We're not gonna win every single one of them, but I guarantee you we win more than we lose, my guys. I will be going a little half unit on those props as well. Full unit for me, man. Give me the Wolves. Raised by Wolves. You dig? I was raised by that. I got a little Timberwolf running around the house here, man. Give me the Wolves here, +3. Also, while we're doing the show, +125. This, if I'm taking them +3, I think they're gonna win, man. It's not gonna come down to. I think the Wolves come and do everything like Shark said, Game 7 type. They were up by 17 on the Raptors. They had way better defensive team here. Obviously, they end up losing the lead, end up losing by 23. But the Nuggets don't have that same stifling defense. If you ask me, this is offense versus offense, and I would give the edge towards the Timberwolves defense here. A couple of guys that are good matchups for Jokic as well, and Vanderbilt and Nas Reed. Karl-Anthony Towns, we do need Russell to get out this damn shooting slump, man. He's been bullshitting out there. We need Russell. The Wolves, that's why they hadn't looked so well. Russell's been struggling. Hopefully the Nuggets don't have too strong of point guards over there with Monte Morris, so he could get off tonight. We're gonna need him to. Anthony Edwards get hot from 3. We raised by Wolves. Oh, let's get some cash, my guys. Go follow my guy on Twitter at ChrisBeCappin. He's about to do a spaces right now. Follow Sharks and Sports as well. Absolutely red hot on Twitter as well, man. Congrats. I'm coming up on 30,000 followers, man. It's monumental shit. You can follow me as well at J Money is Money. Hit me up for these shirts, man. NBA Talk with Jay, or just DM me on Twitter, guys. I'll get that shirt to you by Monday for sure. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe, retweet the show, and let's get some cash, man. We out.